kicker. Have you ever? I'd never seen that. Have you ever thought about that? Would you use a kicker in that way?
We recovered one with Houston, with Kaimi kicking it against the Packers at a game at Houston. Don't remember the date, so that'd be somewhere 2019 or so. Pat McAfee from the TV, he used to do that from time to time with the Colts on full field kickoffs. The rules kind of put the hands team at the recovering team, the receiving team, at a numbers disadvantage. So occasionally the spot that they leave open is the middle of the field. So it's the easiest kick to make. The issue is your primary coverage player or your primary blocker is your kicker, and that's not to the advantage of most teams or most kickers. But that is a kick that's available to everybody. It's an area of the field as the return team that you definitely have to defend.
It was just a great hit by Bates, and it almost worked. But second question is, on his first onside kick early in the fourth, in your opinion, was it too early or was it a good gamble? Thanks.
Oh, well, on those situations, you're only right when you're right. If they would have got it, it was the best choice ever, and they didn't get it, so it was a total mistake, so the whole media can crush them. You got to take a shot. If you're having a hard time stopping a team on defense, when are you going to get the ball back? What's the difference between getting it all the way down the field and them driving it? Sometimes you save yourself some time. That option's available to us anytime you're trailing in the fourth quarter. So it's always a thought once you get past that threshold if you're going to do it or not, and what's the risk versus the possible reward. The reward is you get the ball back. It's just such a slim chance that you're almost always better off playing defense.
All right, we'll go to Mike K.
Sure.
Hey, Tracy. How's
Hey,
it
Mike.
going?
Great.
Great. John Radigan, probably going to see a little bit more time on defense. You've worked with him for a few years. I'm just curious, what does he bring to the team from a leadership standpoint? What does he bring from a tenacity standpoint? And why was he a guy that you guys felt super compelled to claim off waivers when you did?
First off, a really good person, but also very fast and a good tackler, a tough player, always ready for whatever the challenge is that there might be. So excited to see whatever this weekend holds for him, as always, with John. I don't have a problem with the guy just playing special teams from my spot. I don't need anybody to move on, but they all have their own goals and hopes and dreams. So we'll see where that all goes. But the team can count on John with whatever they're asking him to do. And
then Eddie has attempted one field goal of 50 or more yards. I'm sure you guys are very aware of that. Do you think that comes more from Dave's, I guess, willingness to kind of test the offense and shorter yardage when you're in kind of that in-between zone? Or is that more of like, hey, you know what Eddie can do kind of from that distance?
Those are both factors in those decisions. Once you get to fourth down, past midfield, you kind of have the options. Are we going for this? Are we punting? Are we kicking a field goal? How long is it? Who's the defense? What's the score? All those things come into play. And then as you get closer, the makeability of the field goal goes up. So that one rises in the estimation. So there's a certain point where you're like, okay, this is going in. So you're starting to talk about 3 points instead of the chance of it going in kind of thing. So the math kind of goes back and forth based on all the likelihoods of success.
Did you, I was on late, I apologize. Did
Sure.
anyone ask about using Johnny to kick off?
No. He's
I
been,
went in.
I got you. He's been practicing on the side for a few weeks. I thought we had an opportunity to show Dallas, or really the best return team in the NFL right now, show them something that they hadn't seen. So there was just kind of, thought we could take advantage of that opportunity, just something we hadn't done yet.
And also, how many teams are going to be putting in that UNLV fake punt after last night?
I don't know. I just saw the clip of it. It doesn't really apply to the NFL in that way. There are some kind of screenish type of fakes that you can do, but the wave rush, behind the rush thing, University of Utah ran that against us when I was at Utah State in like 2005. So I had like an ugly flashback to it, but it doesn't really fit NFL rules in the exact same way. So I don't think you'll see that one.
Tracy, do you think like like the declaration of like an onside kick.
Yes.
Do you think that should change to like maybe a 2-minute warning? Like I understand the logic of the declaration, but like if you're going for an onside kick like 2 minutes into the third quarter, right? Just or you're doing kind of like the Saints versus Colts sort of catch them off guard in the Super Bowl sort of situation. Do you think that should have to be declared? Doesn't that kind of seem like it's antithetical to kind of the sport?
Oh, the surprise onside going away. The issue is that the alignment's completely different. It's like 40 yards different now. So if you declare the onside, they're lining up at their own 35, so we go match up over there. And then if you're hitting a regular kickoff now, the kicking team lines up on the 40, and we line up on the minus 35. So you're just in a different spot of the field. So whether they tell you or not, if they walk out way back there, we'd go match it that way. You're still kind of declaring it anyway, just based on the two different rules for a regular kickoff now.
Have you, like, in talking to other special teams coordinators, have you guys thought of an alternative to that, to like pitch potentially?
The one we're doing now is already kind of an alternative to it. They've reduced the number of guys that can be close to the catching zone, that kind of thing. For it, it becomes challenging because there's also the player safety element involved in any kind of alternative kick. So anything that increases the chances of the kicking team getting it also increases the collisions, increases the speed. So so you're kind of trying to weave an answer in the middle of those two things. So we'll watch and see what happens in the offseason and kind of be ready to go whichever way it goes.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for Coach Smith? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. See y'all. Thanks.